the dust. Hey, hey. Another one bites the dust. Ow. Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey. Another one bites the dust. Ow. Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey. Another one bites the dust. Hey.
7:02 and it's beautiful, beautiful, happy Tuesday. I want to say big up to all my beautiful people that's streaming all over the world. That's right, y'all. It's that time. It's the Cool Down Show.
Boy, you so fast, boy, you so fly. Got these girls trying to get in your ride. Boy, you so fast, boy, you so fly. One of these days I'ma make you all mine. Boy, you so fast.
It's your boy, You're listening to the Cool Down Show. I want to say big up to all the great people that's streaming all over the world. I also want to say big ups to my main man, Tim the Truth Teller. All the great people down in the PSL. TC, the captain himself. Gayla Moore. Rick Small.
We get the club, shut the club down. Throwing up on the show, I get down. We can get a room, go a couple rounds. Oh, people try to understand. It's not my intention to be this man. I don't know why, I'm so fly. All these chicks want to jump in my ride.
Boy, you so fast, boy, you so fly. Got these girls trying to get in your ride. Boy, you so fast, boy, you so fly. One of these days I'ma make you all mine. Boy, you so fast, boy, you so fly. Whatever you want, I'll take my time. Boy, you so fast, boy, you so fly. One of these days I can make you mine.
I also want to say big up to all my civil service workers out there. All the great people down in transportation. Big up to all my police officers out there. All of my military personnel.
That I can do for myself and anything I need in life. I really don't need your help, but baby, I just like to ride. Don't get it twisted. I can do for myself and anything I need in life. I really don't need your help, but baby, I just like to ride. Boy, you so fly. Got these girls trying to get in your ride. Boy, you so fast. Boy, you so fly. One of these days I'ma make you all mine. Boy, you so fast. Boy, you so fly. Whatever you want, I'll take my time. Boy, you so fast. Boy, you so fly. One of these days I can make you mine.
Say big up to all the great people down in Baltimore, D.C., New Jersey, New York, Delaware. Can't forget all about my own people down in Philly. All the great people down in South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. Tell you, boy, you're so fresh. Boy, you're so fine. Welcome to the Cool Down Show. You can catch us every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 9. I tell you what a great time it is. Man, what a beautiful October 21st. People, that's right. It is fall. And you know what happens in fall, man, especially here in South Florida. It begins to cool off. Definitely looking forward to that great weather. Also, I want to say again, big ups to my main man, Tim, the Truth Teller, who will be joining us at the top of the hour, even sooner than that, giving us one of two quotes of the day. Also, will be giving us his feedback on the talkback. Because if you just join us, people, we're talking about this whole Ebola situation that's going on across the world. And I know we may be a little late, and we definitely wanted to pose this question to you a couple of weeks, but we got tied up and other important issues, but nevertheless, this is just as important, and we want to talk about it. And a lot's been said, and being that Tim is definitely in the medical field, he's going to tell us about some of the preventive ways of catching this virus and what we can do to help in their efforts to combat this deadly virus. But I tell you, it's just been crazy, man. Crazy. And I don't know if we should be scared or is the government trying to try to get us scared, just like with the AIDS virus, it was such a big deal and people got all kind of frantic. I don't know if that's the same thing. So I want to hear from you guys and see, what can we do? I mean, should we have waited up until this point to be as concerned, or should that public service announcement should have gone out from the beginning? But all the experts said we have nothing to worry about. But people are definitely on edge. We're going to talk about that. Again, we want to hear from you guys. Give me a text. Send me a text at 754-224-0245. I want to hear from you guys. We will be reading a lot of your comments over the air, so definitely looking forward to that. And I know we've been off track lately on Thursdays with the Cool Down Show. We've been getting in the debate with my main man TC and his guests talking about all type of religion, and it's been very, very, very informative, and I appreciate that. Him and Grace have done an excellent job being informative about certain issues that we have today. A lot of people have questions about living righteous, and should they be doing certain things and what's forgiven and what's not. It's very interesting, and we're going to continue to discuss those things as long as TC and Grace will have us there, because again, I think it's important, and Tim has been extremely helpful with that. So guys, you got nothing to do, and if you want to get yourself right with God and all those things, definitely want to on Thursday to join in and help be a voice in a lot of these current issues when it comes to religion, marriage, and everything that's structured in the Bible. So, and again, people, we're there to ask questions that maybe you are afraid to ask. So don't forget about on Thursdays, man. That's what we're going to be doing. But in the meantime, people, sit back. You know what we do on Happy Tuesday, man. We dig deeper into the archive and bring us some of the best music. And I want to start off with one of my favorite artists. She's always been a great fan of mine. So I definitely want to do that. In the meantime, people, sit back and enjoy the Cool Down Show on Flex FM.
101.9 Flex FM. You got the two livest radio hosts ready to win with Jonesy and Tim the True Teller on 101.9 Flex FM. Hey, this is Shaylin, and you are now listening to the Cool Down Show on 101.9 Flex FM.
Never The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
Let's FM.
Don't hit me too hard. Oh yeah. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
FM, the Cool Down Show.
Something wrong with me. Tell me something. Do I not look good enough? Or maybe it just look too good for me. But don't sweat yourself on the strength. What's up with that? You got me on hold. What do you think, you dope on a rope? Nope. What, I'm supposed to sweat you? I'm supposed to just run all over me? 0 on the strength. Hey, yo, Scott, it ain't hard to tell, right?
All the fellas grab a girl and get out your seat and rock to the rhythm of this funky beat. My name is Alfie Chauffeur. Rock to the rhythm of the funky beat. All along my girl. Oh, hey. No, 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 no,
The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
Let's FM.
Your face is beaming. You say it's 'cause you're dreaming of how good it's going to be. You say you've been around, and
now you finally found everything you wanted and needed in me. I don't have the heart to hurt you. It's the last thing I wanna do, but I don't have the heart to love you, not the way you want me to. Inside I'm dying to see you crying. How can I make you understand? I care about you, so much about you, baby. I'm trying to say this as gently as I can, 'cause I don't have the heart to hurt you. It's the last thing I wanna do, but I don't have the heart to love you, not the way you want me to. You're so trusting and open, hoping that love will start, but I don't have the heart. Oh no, I don't have the heart. I don't have the heart to hurt you. It's the last thing I wanna do, but I don't have the heart to love you, not the way that you want me to. I don't have the heart, baby. I don't have the heart. I don't have the heart. I don't have the
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Let's FM.
yeah. Girl, I've been watching you from so far across the floor now, baby. That's nothing new. I've watched you so many times before now, baby. I see that look in your eyes and what it's telling me, and you know, ooh, girl, that I'm not shy. I'm glad you picked up on my telepathy now, baby. You know you did. I wanna shake you down. Well, I can give you all the loving you need. I'm gonna love you. Come on, let me take you down. Oh, baby, we'll go all the way to heaven. I've been missing you. And the way you make me feel inside, what can I do? I can tell you got your pride now, baby. yes I do. Now give me just a little time. You're in my mind, girl, I wanna shake you down. I wanna rock you down. I can give you all the loving you need. I'm gonna love you. Come on, let me take you down. Well, we'll go all the way to heaven. Girl, I've been missing you. And you know, it's funny, every time I get to feeling this way, I wish I had you near me. I want to reach out and touch you. I can't stop thinking of the things we do. The way you call me baby when I'm holding you. I shake and I shiver when I know you're near. Then you whisper in my ear, oh baby, well.
Face all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station. Let's FM.
FM and a cool down show. how we do it, y'all. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Happy Tuesday. 7:33 in the p.m. That's right. Got my main man, Tim the Truth Teller, on the line. Tim, are you there?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
What's going on with you, bro, man? I tell you, perfect weather for fall. Definitely perfect weather, man. I know we're the envy of the states now, man. That is October. What did you just say?
Perfect weather for baby making.
Absolutely, absolutely. But you know, man, it's just been beautiful, man. I couldn't, wait until.
Yeah, it's been nice and cool.
Right. And people have been on their best behavior for the most part. What do you think?
Nobody in their best behavior. That's wishful thinking.
Right.
You just all happy because you just ain't been reading the newspaper lately.
What happened now? You
just haven't been reading the newspaper lately.
I mean, I've been watching the news, and outside of the Ebola, I'm sorry, outside of the Ebola situation, man. What is there else to talk about?
There's been new findings with the Ferguson case. Another case of a stepfather or whatever child that he handled being a father. It's still the same old, but like you said, it's just a mood.
What was that, Tim?
Which part did you get?
No, I said, we were talking about, Ebola and all those things, and then outside of the Ferguson case, but that's pretty much what's been happening, man, lately.
There's cases reoccurring. Daddy to death. I read one article where one dad or stepdad, whatever, beat the child to the point where their lungs and ribs were bruised and different.
Right.
That's a lot. I know you're not a peaceful person. I know you're not, but you understand how the rib cage protects the lungs and the heart and the bladder and kidneys, right?
Right.
So for it to bruise to the point where you die because of the bruising, just imagine what you had to go through.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Anyway, we'll move on from that. Back to the talkback question. Now, welcome everybody. I am Tim the Truth Teller. Welcome to the Cool Down Show right here with me, man, Jones, right here on Flex FM. Shout out to all our affiliate stations: New York, New Jersey, Maryland, and South Florida. Where else? North Carolina, South Carolina. All of our affiliate stations, all over the world. Just want to say, hey, we appreciate you. Jones right now trying to run the soundboard and select music, so he doesn't know what to count.
Right. You saw that, huh?
Anyway, people.
We get these clips, man. And, every time I come in, there's always something going on. So, I'm just trying to, keep everything running, But go ahead, Tim. It's your thing.
All right, I understand. Again, welcome to our show. And Jones posed this question about the Ebola virus. And should African-American Canadians be concerned about it? How do you feel about that, Jones?
I got mixed feelings, man. I've been talking about this for almost a month now, and I don't know, man. I just don't want it to be like the AIDS epidemic, where it just scared everybody, And I'm thinking, is this stuff really real, or is it just a ploy to try to get everybody nervous? And because I read one guy made over $1 million just by selling fake Ebola pills?
I think it's whatever tells the story.
Right.
I do believe that. I think that, of course, you're going to, in order to capitalize and make money, you're going to exploit whatever it is.
Right.
And about necessarily the whole the American to be concerned.
Right.
I don't agree with that because the Ebola has no point. It doesn't eat. It's whoever get contact. And why I say that is the two doctors, the doctor and the nurse that came over here, they were white. The guy that passed was black or African. And I'm not sure what the ethnicity of the race. One of the person, the nurse, was of African American descent, but I don't know if the other one was. There was like two of them. So you can't really say, oh, it's just a people because we're over because white people. So.
Right, you're breaking up bad. But Tim, do you think that there are preventions that we can do, or as far as our own personal safety?
Yes, there are. There are things that you can do, and that are in place. Basically, I read up on the CDC and looking at certain stuff. Honestly, you catch it kind of how you catch HIV.
Through blood?
Now, while they're still arguing if it's airborne or not, by the airborne or being aerosol, meaning if someone coughed directly into your face, then you can, but it's not necessarily going to be transmitted if someone coughs in a room and you're 30 feet away.
Right.
It won't travel that far. It's not necessarily aerosol to that level. So that's what I mean by it's kind of resembled of catching the HIV. It's contact to bodily fluids.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of things that you want to look at it. I just don't honestly think the African American community should look at it. I think they should, as in a whole, but I don't think it's targeted towards African Americans. But I'm going to read off some people's comments. I want to shout out to everybody who commented because we had posed this question last week and we were postponed due to TC and his guests. And shout out to them.
Yes.
But, and again, no hostility, people. I'm just being honest. It was postponed because their show went longer. So I just want, to all our fans that did pay attention and wanted their voices to be heard, I want you to know that I am going to read your responses and I appreciate it. So I do appreciate it and thank you for writing on this topic. I really do appreciate it. And it was stuff beyond my control, people. Bianca Brissett says, yes, especially those not living by the word. This wouldn't be happening if it were still one nation under God.
So she's saying that God is reaping, or should I say,
one of the plagues. He's giving us, what can I say?
sowing his wrath.
Punishing us. Yeah. I guess that's where she's trying to go with that. But you could put that along with everything, like you said, with AIDS, with the Black Plague, with war, with poverty.
Right.
With ugly women, with ugly men. I mean, that's a curse. But anyway, Ayana Earl says, and shout out to Ayana Earl because she just had a beautiful baby boy to shout out to her and her husband. I'm happy for them. The world community should be concerned. It's human nature to want to separate ourselves and our problems, but we are the world. No man is an island.
Right.
Gary Long says, no, it's 2 people out of 3 million. and they have a cure for everyone but black people.
He says 2 people out of how many million?
Out of 3 million, and
Wow.
they have a cure for everyone but black people.
Wow.
So I think he's referring to the doctor and nurse who came over there first and went to Emory and got cured.
Right.
And I want to kind of elaborate on that just a little bit. One, the government didn't pay for them to come back over here. They were through a private company that went over there to help. They contracted, and the private company flew them back out. The government said, well, it's fine if you're going to fly them back in, but they have to go to Emory and the CDC because they have the best hospital and where they could really treat it and quarantine it and see if they could get them back to health.
Right.
Now, with this guy that died in Texas, apparently he lied to when he came over and said he wasn't a part of it and to feel sick. Then when he got here, possibly because he figured he could get better care over here than over in Africa, he went to a hospital that weren't prepared.
Right.
And you can't blame the hospitals because more and more you find out that these governors and our politicians cut budget for public funded hospitals. Emory and the CDC have rooms that are air controlled, meaning you can have an airborne like tuberculosis. That is an airborne disease.
Right.
They have rooms where it stays in that room. When you leave that room, there's another small room where you detox and cleanse yourself, and then you go out into the public. Not many hospitals have that.
Where's CDC located in D.C.?
Atlanta.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So, heart of black people. Anyway. And they work with Emory.
Right.
So, my point is, with that guy, and then you don't know other circumstances. With Ebola, you have a 60% chance of living. So regardless of cure or not, you have a 60% chance of dying. Like, you don't get a lot. It's 50-50. You can either come or go.
Right.
And again, with that guy, was he there not? Now, with the nurses that contracted it, you're looking at a hospital that doesn't have the proper care. They probably mishandled gloves or whatever reason. That's how they contracted it. Those nurses have been transferred to a hospital in D.C. that also is on the same level as Emory and the CDC when it comes to disease control.
Right.
My point is with that, you can't compare everything. Right? I understand that those two were white, but look where they were compared to where that black guy was.
Right.
Also, they didn't know for sure that it was Ebola until it was too late. They couldn't get the vaccines or whatever that they're working on there in time. Do you really think that it was just because he was black?
Of course not. I don't think so.
You understand what I'm saying, Jones? I really don't think it was just because he was black. Because just like Florida is like Texas, where both governors have threatened to secede from the U.S. because they didn't want to sign up with Obamacare where everybody has health insurance, or where they do fund state hospitals. This is a global thing. This is nothing new. The Ebola virus has been around for years.
Right.
And the entire world, every country has been doing research on this. God forbid, but right now, if we go to war right now with Germany, if Germany scientists, hey, we discovered a cure for Ebola, the UN the CDC, they all work together, regardless of a war. They work together to make sure that Ebola, which is considered a global killer, will be eradicated.
Right.
So the reason why I say that is, you mean to tell me if that's the case, then that means the entire world has to be a part of it. Because you have these other programs that are funded by every country. Every country signed up for this. Like I said, we could be at war with Germany right now, God forbid. If the German scientists say that we have this, Germany as well as us will clear them to fly over here so we could compare notes. That's all I got to say about that. You got to look more into it. But anyway, Lisa Cauliflower agreed with Ayana Earl with We Are One World. Omar Ortiz says, what about that black nurse in Ohio? I don't know that there's any cases in Ohio. Did you hear about any cases in Ohio?
No, they're talking about the, I think the one nurse that, if I'm not mistaken, one of the two nurses that were affected by the first guy from Africa. Outside of that, I haven't heard of any other case.
Okay, well, if she was his patient, and for what I've read quickly, she was getting married, and despite her feeling sick, she flew there.
Right.
To take care of her wedding thing.
Right.
Okay, so she had direct contact with him, and you don't know the circumstances. Maybe he coughed on her. You don't know what it is, but ironically, that same hospital has made complaints before to the governor about inadequate protocols, because they don't have protocols to handle this, inadequate equipment. And according to Texas, if you complain, they could fire you with no justification.
Well, you know, the great thing that will come from this, at least now, that money will be allocated to a lot of these facilities so that they can have these secure rooms and these safe rooms protecting, a lot of these patients from these the spread of these deadly diseases.
Definitely. And hopefully that'll happen before it's too late. Alexandria Glassford says, of course, we have to be on alert for every tactic that can be used to extinguish our people. We are under attack in America.
But this didn't happen in America. It's happened over in Africa, so I don't understand. I know that, I don't know, man. I just think it's a new society, Tim, and with your new generation, people just don't look at color anymore. I just think people just look at people. The haves and the have-nots, you know what I mean? And you have...
Yeah, well, see, that's something I could agree with.
Right.
But I wouldn't necessarily, it's a black or white thing, because I'm kind of tired of that.
Right.
But I don't know if you saw, just kind of a side note, somebody posted up on Facebook a picture of what they did back in slavery with comparing the athletes, back inside the athletes, but compared to slaves, how the white owner would look to see who's strong and who had power to, the best slaves before they sold.
Right.
And they're comparing it to the NFL combine.
Absolutely. And I think I shared a story with you a couple of years ago where a son of one of the athletes went to his parents and said, and the parents were affluent, had money, and he told his mom he couldn't do that because going through that process, he felt like a slave. And the kid was educated. He said, they had him opening up his mouth and bending over, and showing, all in his
Doing the
underwear.
physical.
Yeah, he just felt exposed in front of all these. He looked out into the crowd. Many of the people were, white people, and he just felt, terrible about that. So, and he told his parents he didn't want to pursue that career anymore, and I respect that.
I understand that, but here's my question to you. Don't they do that when you join the military?
No, not in front of everybody. You go to an individual, a physician like you would do with your own private doctor. You're not being displayed. And
well, I mean, you've gone through it that time, but I've also been to recruits and they showed videos, and they kind of showed where at some point where they would, or if they had to, like with a mass draft or something. And they've done that before. Every other country does that.
Does what?
Now, mind you, I understand what he's saying about, okay, maybe in front of everyone, but they do that with the Olympics. They do that with other stuff as well. So, the reason why I say I don't agree with it is because this type of stuff has been going on for years.
That doesn't make it right.
I understand that, but it's not a slavery thing. It's been going on for years. They did it back in the Roman era with gladiators. They did that before in Sparta.
And absolutely. And
who doesn't? I'm just saying, who doesn't want the best of the athletes? You see what I'm like? Who doesn't? So of course you'd examine. And now I understand what you mean by, okay, it's displayed in front of everyone and they did all that. Okay, that's one thing. But to compare it to slavery?
Absolutely, you can compare it to slavery because it.
Well, then you have to compare everything then, because that's been going on before slavery. In the Roman era, they did that with gladiators. They did that with their soldiers.
Well, listen, a lot of those people, when they got in those arenas, it wasn't a voluntarily thing, Tim. If you, read history, those people were forced into things like that. They were forced.
That's with the gladiators, but what about Spartans, where they would cast their children who, if they deformed or whatever, they would kill them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. None of that was right, and we've
No, I understand it wasn't right. What I'm saying is, if you're saying that the whole thing, okay, but to say that the NFL Combine is directly from slavery.
Well, why don't they do that to hockey players? And why don't they do that? They don't display. They don't have combines where they have guys sitting on, standing up on podiums and arms spread out.
How come the NFL have different races in them?
Different what races? What are you talking about?
There's white people in the NFL. There's Hispanics in the NFL.
It's a small percentage.
Now, but it was before. It was nothing but white people before.
But they didn't go through a
How do you know?
Because they got tapes of it, man. I mean, this thing has gotten to the point where it's
No. That's now because of technology. But how you know when they first that they didn't do it before? Because they had physicals back then. This just isn't something new that they just created. Let's just do that.
I don't think he's complaining about the physical. I think he's complaining about the whole display of it. The process. I mean, everybody has to go through a physical, just like if, with livestock, you got to check out the product if you're an investment.
But they do that even with high school. When they have the camps and the stuff, they have it. They show it on TV. The American League, they do all that.
I mean, absolutely. But see, my thing of it, again, my point to you is the guy was an educated guy. And he felt that, because of his education, his history, he felt, inferior. He felt ashamed. He felt vulnerable. And no one likes that discomfort. And it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people quit. And just like, I remember a quarterback said, it's a shame that they pay athletes all that money when his parents have been teaching all their lives and they can't even come close to it. You understand what I'm saying? And the parents and the educators are the one that's making a difference in a lot of these youth's lives. But we won't pay them that type of salary, but we'll give it to a guy because he can run fast.
Okay. Well, see, that I can understand, but to say that the compound is directly just from slavery.
You can make a comparison. I mean,
comparison is one, but people are saying it directly from it.
Again,
yeah, the compound is just from slavery.
They have a strong argument, man.
No, but that happens in every country, every race, to every athlete. China do worse stuff.
You have white owners buying black athletes. Duh.
Well, then guess what? Then if you want to get technical, then we're all slaves.
Absolutely. But we're talking about American history.
No,
not world history.
I'm talking about American history.
There were no white slaves in America. Never been. We're talking American history, not world history. And
but
he's
again,
speaking on American
what
history.
compound represents is something that was done all over the world. It wasn't something that just happened here.
No. NFL, the combine is that. That's a United States sport. It doesn't go outside the United States. The combine
and Canada,
and the comparison is to slavery. The whole display and open up your mouth and arms and bend over, jump high. I can see where a person can take offense to it. At the end of the day, I wouldn't want to. Now that I know better, I wouldn't want to go through that.
Okay.
The ideal is because they have to have, they have on their underwear or whatever you call those things now, the tights and spandex or whatever. If they had on a pure body suit and they didn't have to display so much, and you understand what I'm saying? Then yeah, okay, we can look at it as a training or agility,
when you do drug
agility.
testing for certain jobs, they have you stripped down to that same nature.
No, I don't recall ever having this stripped down for no job. Never, and I've been at the highest clearance that a person can possibly get, and I've never had to strip down. So I don't, unless you're working in the detention center or somewhere in jail, but no.
Well,
man.
see, but that's what I'm saying. It does happen though, where you do drug testing and people are in there and they watch it.
Again, we may disagree, but we'll agree to disagree. But I can see where a person would make that comparison, and it's not a difficult one. It's very easy for me to to see that.
Okay. Let me read off some of these quotes. It's the top of the hour. Let me finish reading off some of these people's comments.
Right.
So we kind of segue off. Richard Smith says, I personally don't believe it's a race thing regarding to the Ebola. But everyone should be concerned. Virus don't target race, they target every living thing. We as a people have to choose our battles wisely and stop always thinking every other race is out to get us.
True.
Omar, that first about the nurse in Ohio, says, but Richard, how do you explain how the only black people that got it died and the white people got cured? Just stating the obvious.
Coincidence, There are more white people in this country than black, so, it's a matter of percentage.
But again, when you look at where they were treated compared to where that one guy was treated. And Richard responded, because I already explained to you how that happened, but Richard says, well, simple, the white people who got the disease were all treated back in the U.S. They are working directly in the heart of the problem, so it's easier to detect. Also, if you research past outbreaks, there were black people who also didn't die from the disease that actually got better and who are living now. The problem is we allow social media influence to push us to an immature judgment. Furthermore, many of the black people who died are in low poverty areas of Africa where proper treatment can't even be given.
Makes sense.
And it's the truth. There's people who do survive from it.
Right, and some that have, absolutely.
So that's, you do have to, like I said, law of numbers. And I know if you're looking over here right now, there's 2 white people and 1 black person.
Right.
But the 2 white people went straight to Emory and the CDC. The black person didn't admit to it. And yes, he passed, but we don't know what stage he was in when he had it. Meaning, if you are in your last stages, no matter what you do, it's going to be hard to recover.
Right.
And again, there's a 60% chance of death. Oof. It's law of numbers.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to give my first quote for today. And I'm also going to give my second one, because the second one is just really important. I'm going to give the first one. It's from Blaise Pascal. Kind words don't cost much, yet they accomplish much.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to give my final quote, and I'm going to shout out Dominic Watson. He's a loyal fan listener, and he posted a status this morning, and I saw it on our Facebook page. Again, go follow us on our Facebook page, Facebook/The Cool Down Show. And also follow us on Twitter at The Cool Down Show. Email us, thecooldownshow@gmail.com. If you have any questions you want to ask, any topics you want us to look into, anything you want us to just discuss, or if you have any music you want us to promote, if any business, just hit us up and we'll be glad to promote you. My final quote again from Dominic Watson. Actions prove who someone is. Words only prove who they want to be.
Beautiful, man. One more time.
Actions prove who someone is. Words only prove who they want to be.
Beautiful. Again, man. Perfect quote.
Definitely. Again, thank you for listening to The Cool Down Show with myself, Tim the Truth Teller, my main man, my co-host, my partner in crime, my fishing partner, the dinosaur himself, Jonesy.
Absolutely.
Great music selection, sir. TC, thank you for having us and allowing us to do what we do. Again, follow us on Facebook, Facebook The Cool Down Show. Follow us on Twitter at The Cool Down Show. And final commentary. Let me see if I can be nice. I can't. Listen, people. I understand 30's the new 20, 40's the new 30, and all that good crap. If you over 35, stay your happy behind out of the clubs. Nothing good will come of it. I mean it. And what I mean by clubs, I'm not talking about a jazz club. I'm talking about just for older people. But there's no way you should be over 35 and you're at a club that is for college kids.
True.
You look stupid. I know some people now that are in damn near 50 and going to a club for 18 to 20-year-olds or 17 to 20-year-olds. Why are you there?
Where should they be, Tim?
Home. And in this generation, watching your great-grandkids.
Wow, that's going to be our next talkback question, man.
what? How old you should be to be a grandmother?
No.
Or a grandfather?
At what age should you stop partying?
Well, I'm not saying you got to stop partying. I'm just saying there's no way, Jones. I know you're over 40. We're going to leave it at that. I don't expect you at Wet Willie's across the street from the UM campus partying unless we're hosting the party for the UM team. That's what I mean. Unless we're doing a live broadcast there and we're hosting it,
right.
There's no way you should say, Tim, let's ride up there.
That's funny.
I'm just saying you have nothing in common with a 19-year-old girl.
No comments, man.
No, you know what I mean. I know that people say age ain't nothing but a number, but it depends on what age you at. All I'm saying is nobody want to see no 40-something-year-old woman trying to jump it like it's hot and back it up.
But you know what? A 40-something-year-old woman is different from a 50-year-old man. You know what I mean?
I understand. Okay.
You put Donald Trump and all those guys in that category, man. And
they ain't going to clubs.
I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying.
I went to an underground club one time in college. It was my sophomore year. I was 19. This woman came up to me and asked me to buy her a drink. I showed her my wrist and said, hey, you got to buy me a drink. I'm underage. She said, how old are you? I told her I'm 19. Oh, I have a son your age. Well, you should send me a dance, cutie. Now, at what point do you think you should have said maybe this ain't the place to me if you have a child?
She's a cougar,
at the same age.
There are some cougars
And we
out
not
there.
learned anything from Hulk Hogan's wife.
I know, right?
You see how her daughter hated her? All I'm saying is it really does look retarded. I'm not saying that you can't date somebody younger.
Just stay out the
There's a
club.
big difference if you're dating somebody the same age as your child or younger.
Right.
And that's what I mean by if you over 35, you should not be in a club for college kids.
Right, I agree.
Let the college boys and college girls, let them have that. You established, yes, you can say you have a car, you have all that. That's messed up.
Right.
Let them do what they got to do.
Right, you're right.
Stop hating. Anyway, that's all I got to say. I'm Tim the Truth Teller.